Anyone can make a card word like this. Stacking card games like this. The video is lengthy and basically no editing. The content of this video is turn the 99 multiplication table into a game. Game requirements directly look at the requirements in the table. You can pause and watch here and I'll edit directly. Spare time. Now let's look at the prepared footage. Just prepared a BGM as a full game BGM. The three files are added with operation symbols respectively, pictures of numbers and columns, and some background covers and game titles. Transparent background cover. Pixel 500×250. The columns have been written in advance. The value on the right is the size of the columns. These two columns are planned to be used for synthetic recipes. Copy a game folder at random. Rename folders according to your own ideas. We don't use this music. All can be deleted. Delete all. This is the content produced by the upload. Upload the cover of the creative workshop. This is the big picture of the stand-up in the game. Our protagonists are numbers, so there is no need to stand up. The rest of the pictures are in this folder. Now ready to put the footage in. Put all card pictures in this folder. Put the BGM into the corresponding folder. Delete the extra pictures. I suddenly want to change the title of the game. There is no need to modify the name in Excel. Continue to delete redundant content. Open this file and start modifying the main page. Make the Chinese version first. Finally, make other languages. The game is called Multiplication Table 99. Modify the main page background cover. Now I'm torn. This image name is not very good. Finally decided to keep the previous name. Change to modify the name of the image. Change the name of BGM again. Modify the theme color randomly. The button name will not be changed. Modify the prompt when starting the game. I don't plan to modify the language and pictures. The volume icon is also not intended to be modified. Now let's create the data in table R first. E3 is the name of the Excel table that is opened in this level. We copy a draft of the history table. Renamed name, appropriate name. It is the same as the name in the Excel sheet. Modify the background cover in the level. BGM directly uses the BGM on the main page. Since there is no stand-up, therefore delete the content in table Liu. Enter the game to test it. You need to switch the loading content. It's the third. So far I see no problem. The name of the game is a bit blocked. The reason is that my computer resolution is a bit low. We can hide the buttons of the stand-up and picture. Refresh the game to see. At present, my computer resolution of 1600x900 is a bit low. The current main page of the game has been completed. Start making the level. Open Level Excel. Delete History Synthetic Recipe. Delete all kinds of things. And I started to think about how to do it. Make cards. Multiply 9 on 9. All the cards that appear in the table are made. HP per digital attribute. The attack power is the size of the number itself. Defense is half its own. Multiply all the numbers in the table. Copy it. Place in card form. These numeric types are set to our natural numbers. Type R that will trigger battles, named RR. This should be set so that it can only be used once. It can be synthesized multiple times and the strengths will exceed the standard. Grades are calculated using formulas. HP per digital attribute. The attack power is the size of the number itself. Defense is half its own. The picture name is the same as its card. It is not intended to be introduced into the food system, so food consumption is zero. The key is to fill in the serial number on the far left. At this point, 2 and 3 are completed. Now start making enemy cards. Copy the alien to the enemy table. Delete other information. Prepare to copy the columns in the past. You can see it here. The value and the columns are one-to-one corresponded. Copy the value. HP per digital attribute. The attack power is the size of the number itself. Defense is half its own. Certainly, it can also increase enemy health or defense, etc. The image name is also the same as the card name. Start and finish with XYZ as the unknown. Numbers can be produced as the output of base numbers. Insert a few lines at the top of the card. Make the card XYZ and various symbols. Here we see the image name. I have named it. Then continue adding these symbols. Here is the plan to use XYZ as a food card, in case it is troublesome to use it later. At this moment, I also feel that there is no need to introduce food cards at all. After modifying at this time, digital cards don't need to eat. At this point, I plan to use Chang as the core card. So I modified these two places, type and core card name. This video finally adjusts this core card. The core card can naturally be used indefinitely. This multiply by plan is used as a destruction card. This type should be consistent with table E. Plan to use this card as the basic card for daily synthesis. The equivalent sign is intended to be used to capture local cards. The plus plan can only be used twice. Ready to start making synthetic recipes for special cards? Let's casually write down the composition type first. All other cards are generated as the initial card. XYZ, separately and equal to the synthesis, form a cycle. Now let's start making the synthesis between the numbers. There's no sequence of recipes, but the finished sign looks better in the middle. The synthesis time is unified at R-seconds. Copy the corresponding number. I'm in a daze. Suddenly found that Chen Hao can be used indefinitely. Synthesize one casually and it will be cleared in a few times. Plan to modify how the multiplication sign appears. It's generated randomly. Modify the randomly generated composition type. Modify the composition type of the Z card to random composition. Modify the cards that Z cards can generate. Can generate ER3. Note that the building type indicated should be changed to Z. Generating a multiplication sign with a probability of 1/10. There is a 4% probability that the number 1 appears. Now start making recipes to capture enemy cards. The recipe is the enemy's columns plus the equivalent sign, composed into the calculation result of the columns. This is a wrong operation. We change the card type to multiplication equals. Wrong enemy, and I'm going to do that in my next video. Now start making recipes that add up to 10. Directly copy the recipe for multiplication. Just change the successful sign to the plus sign. Copy the corresponding value into the composite result. Check the value, no problem. The first point has been completed. Fifth and sixth completed. Now start making point bar. Make it in form Liu. Every 4 lines represents a special level. Write the bonus equivalent sign in the D and E columns. The name and code of each line. Hugh fills it out in his own way. Name each difficulty. Fill in enemies for each difficulty level. Fill in enemies for common levels. Fill in the reward after filling in the serial number. Fill in ordinary levels of enemies. Point 10 Production Task. Production task. This is listed as the task name. Find the collection type for table E. This is the task type. This is the mission objective. Multiply 9 or 9. Copy all the numbers that appear in the table. Write task name. Fill up the task form. Fill in the task reward with the equivalent sign. Enter the game to test it. Found that the initial card is empty. The initial cards of the plan are only these cards marked in yellow. Plan to put the starter cards in exclamation marks. Ling is the destruction card. It is not recommended to put it in the card. It is equal to or not recommended to put it in. The plan is to use it as the card in the exclamation mark. Enter the initial card in table E. Re-enter the game test. We can find that the background cover has changed. The initial card appears. No synthesis found here. It's because we didn't write a way to synthesize cards and packages. Change the class repair of the exclamation mark to the card pack. Also modify a card package composition type. It doesn't have to be the same, corresponds to card type and composite type respectively. Making card package synthesis method. Composition type is exclamation mark. The synthetic recipe is an exclamation mark plus an equal sign. Suddenly I thought of the pattern equal to the equal sign as the question mark. Now change its name to a question mark. Modify the initial card to a question mark. Refresh the game. Discovery can generate initial items, but the card pack didn't disappear. Because exclamation marks can only generate 2 cards, but it can be used 3 times. Modify value. See the effect directly. Perfect. The question mark plus Z can randomly generate numbers. At this point, I found that I generated 2 Ys and 1 more. Deleting this column will reduce the number of spawns. At this point I found that there are too many plus signs. There are not so many numbers to add. Modify the duration of the US round and the refresh rate of enemies. Modify a few rounds to trigger special levels. Modify the number of cards you can have. For details, please refer to basic teaching. I found that the core card should be a question mark, but the number in Form E is filled in. Modify to a question mark.